You ready? You want to go on the bed?
It's a near daily after-school ritual. Noah on the trampoline, either with a friend or his dad, working through the deep well of energy only young kids have. Mom Rachel looks on, but a shadow of worry hangs over her.
I want him to grow up and be happy. And with basically people in Washington making cuts that seem quite reckless, you just wonder how it's going to affect kids like Noah.
We have big fat sleep.
Noah has autism and receives daily support at his public school. An aide that helps him with assignments or calms him down if he's distressed. It's crucial, his parents say, to keeping him in a mainstream classroom. A portion of the funding for that support comes from the Department of Education, which Donald Trump effectively gutted earlier this month, firing more than 1,300 workers. Another 600 have voluntarily resigned. Critics say the cuts will paralyze the agency, which provides billions of dollars a year in special education funding and investigates thousands of discrimination complaints annually.
The consequences are really devastating. There are serious questions here about the ability of states to pick up the slack and to fill that gap. With no federal accountability or oversight or support for states, there's a high risk that those funds are going to be misused.
But others say these concerns are overblown, at least in the immediate term, because any real funding changes will have to come from Congress.
Congress has set the overall rules for the special education programs, and it provides funding, congressionally mandated funding. This would not change under current law, and it would require some major legislation to have any impact.
Education Secretary Linda McMahon says funding for special needs students will not be affected, but it's unclear how the money will be distributed or how anti-discrimination policies will be enforced with a significantly pared-down workforce. A first step, she says, in shuttering the agency completely. There's talk of transferring some responsibilities to different federal departments, the rest to states, which could lack expertise and resources. For Noah's parents, the uncertainty is omnipresent.
It just seems like there's been no thought given to the impact of these cuts to real people that have real needs, and real people, they just feel like it'll get sorted out in months or years, but real people don't have months or years to wait for this.
Real people, like their son, who needs special education services right now. Toni Waterman, CGTN, Austin, Texas.